that blue white bitch on detox, chillin' teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Shoulda never let the bitch alone with my seat. My got a bitch skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks. Talk about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch looking like Salid, not that booty. I need that, I need that, I need that. Blue white bitch on detox, chillin' teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Shoulda never let the bitch alone with my seat. My got a bitch skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks. Talk about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch looking like Salid, not that booty. I need that, 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 I need that. Blue white bitch on detox, chillin' teapot, 2 left feet, them Reebok. Shawty did freelance, now she a free thot. Shoulda never let the bitch alone with my seat. My got a bitch skip hip, poppin' in my Reeboks. Talk about a detox, pussy like a beatbox. All grown up, bitch looking like Salid, not that booty.
Could've been certain, could've been a G. Should've never switched right to the police. Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at me like fool, trying to see what they can do. Me, I'm like, wallow, what you really want to do? You don't really want to actually behave. Whenever I'm on stage and the million gets made. I need that, 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 I need that.
Welcome to Slipstream Tier 1 Round 4 around Spain. Obviously that was the new and improved video with sim racing setups. Now prominent, as you can see on the comsoon screen as well. It's a new sponsorship. So this is your calendar. We are currently round 4 Spain. So it's just a normal race, normal short quali into a 50% race today. Obviously next week we've got Mexico with a wild card, so that's going to be an interesting one, but we look forward to the circuit to Catalonia, of course. So we are going to run through the drivers' standings right now. So race the championship leader, we have James Stoss on 146 points. P2 we have Joe Rendell with 118 points, close behind, 4 points behind Joe. We have Rels in the Mercedes. Then a 1 point gap down to P4, which is Vizzy. Then we have Ted running P5. Then good few points back. In P6 we have XP Live. In I think it's the Williams. Then we have Caliboy in the McLaren running P7 with 76 points. Then P8 we got Infinity / Billy in the Merc with 72. Then we have Ollie / Larmaduck P9 with 70 points, level on points with the Salva of Raw Renzo running P10. So we're now going to have a look at the bottom half of the standings. So we've got LX Tractor running P11 on 64, and we have Chris Downs running P12 on 58, level with Ferret, who's in the Red Bull, down on P13. We have GBM Jack, who was unfortunately not racing tonight, in P14 in the Sauber. P15 we have Blondie, and then P16 we have Harry Hale in the Aston Martin, formerly known as Mr. Brock Lesnar himself. P17 we have F1 Gav in the Ferrari. P18 we've got Madge picking up her first points of the season last week in Imola, down in P18 in the Alpine. And then the Haas duo of Meldrum and Lilly making up the back of the standings. As we're going to look into the constructors. There we are. So we have Red Bull leading so far on 204 points. 10 points behind we have McLaren. Then about 8 points behind McLaren we have Mercedes running P3. We have Williams running P4. We have Aston Martin running about 22 points behind Williams in P5. Then we've got a 9-point gap down to Alpine running P6. In P7 we have Sauber. P8 we have Racing Bulls. P9 we have the Ferrari duo of Chris Downs and Gav. And then P10 we have Haas of Meldrum and Lilly. So that is your championship rundown as we look forward to qualifying. So if you have joined and you haven't already, make sure to drop the account follow. Right, who's out first? Looks like there's a Sauber, so I think it's Raw Rinsen, as it is. Hope everyone's well, who was in so far. Of course, this is tier 1. We've had a quick rundown of all the standings. Obviously, the new and improved video. Great video. Obviously, always give the props to Mike for his outstanding work in editing skills. Let's hope Raw Rinsen is using the new sim racing setups. Obviously, that new partnership, or sponsorship, I should say, has boosted the league a lot. We look forward to the future with SRC as we watch Raw Rinsen on his opening flying lap of quali. I've seen the Sauber running P10 in the standings, doing pretty well this season. Showing some good pace throughout the first 3 rounds. 3 rounds, turn number 3, into turn number 4 now. Try and stay as left as you can, swing it in, get the car rotated, trying to run a little bit wide because the grass is pretty deadly. As he slams it in to turn number 5, gets the power down nicely, up into a little kink of turn 6, into turn 7 and 8. Trying to avoid that sausage curve if he can, and he has. Into turn 9. Looks like a solid lap so far from the Sauber driver. DRS now into turn 10. Try and get a good exit, looks like he has. As he swings into turn number 12 now. Gets the power down nice and early. Into the tricky turn 13. Very easy to run wide, and he's unfortunately invalidated his lap. As we look behind, I think it could be it's Infinity. Infinity to the line. He was also invalidated, so Tractor does go P1 for the 13.4. He's running the ball with Exo Thunder as Ted sets a 13.2. Rels with a 12.8. So we've got a driver in the 12s already. Ferret sets a 13.6, sorry. Blondie with a 14 flat. Joe, I think, could be on control, I'm not too sure. Expo sets a 13.4. As Joe goes P2 with a 12.9, so I think he is running on the wheel. James with a 13-1, Matt with a 13-1, Ted with a 13-2, Harry Hill with a 13-8, Gav with a 14 flat, very close to Blondie. Caliboy with a 13.4, let's have a little look around. We've got Ev, it was invalidated unfortunately. Infinity's validated again, we've got Rory. Front on board with Rory. Obviously new driver. Stepping in for Lamadok as reserve. As I think Raw Rinsen has just been at the pit Henry. As you can see, he is in the wall. That's unfortunate for him. As Rory, I think, invalidated on the final corner, which is unfortunate. As Billy starts his lap. So we run on board with Billy. Let's hopefully not put him off during this one. Into turn number 3 we go. Gets a little bit of curb on the inside. It helps with the rotation. Looks like a nice exit. Into turn 4. Try and stay as left as you can on the curb. Swing it in. Hopefully clip the inside curb. On the apex. Down the hill into turn 5. A tricky braking zone. Nice trail braking. Good exit from the Mercedes. As we run up the hill now. Into turn number 7 and 8. Try and stay away from the sausage curb as I said before. Nice and tidy from the Merc. Through turn number 9. Gets the car rotated nicely. DRS open. Battery usage into turn number 10. Try and get as best exit as you possibly can. Roll the car through turn number 12. Get the power down nice and early as he has. Down into turn 13. Maybe use the inside curve a little bit just for rotation. Rounds the final corner of turn 14. What's it going to be for Infinity? Looks like a nice lap. Going to put some P4 with a 13-1. He's gone 1,000th of a second ahead of Madge. So, very close. He's also 4 thousandths behind James Stoss. So we've got 3 drivers within about 5 thousandths of a second, which is great to see. Some close pace up front. There's James off the track. I think he's hit the wall actually. Yeah, I think James hit the wall. I think he's got a bit of damage. Not like James. Obviously our championship leader. As we watch Gav starting his flying lap down in P12. Then actually we've got Lily. Yeah, we've got Lily on a lap. I think this is a valid lap as well. Into turn number 13. Obviously does use the inside curb as you can see. Around the final corner. Bit of overtake to the line, doesn't use the track. Full track, it's a 15.4. Obviously Lily racing in tier 2 early today. As Viz gets a little slipstream on the Haas into the first corner, stays nice and left. Gets a car rotated nicely. Into turn number 3, takes a little bit of a wide entry to try and help his exit as he hasn't validated. So Mr. Vizdino down in P19, yet a set lap, has unfortunately invalidated his lap. As a new Ferrari driver, well, new reserve I should say, is set a nice 13.3, just split Expo and Ted. So the reserve's showing some exciting pace, I must say. Let's have a look at the other new reserves. We've got Rory and Outlap. I think we're on board with. Let's go on board with Robert. Mr. Robert in the Sauber. For this race, of course, stepping in for GBM Jack. I did say Paul would go to Rels, and he is currently on provisional pole, so I must say that was a decent prediction so far, but still 10 minutes left of the session. As Robert rounds the final corner. Down the main straight now. DRS wide open, a lot of battery usage. Downhill, a little bit of a downhill braking zone into turn 1. See if we can get the car rotated nicely. It looks like he's taking a lot of curb. Obviously, Rel's yet to claim pole position in any race this season, so he's looking for his first pole around the Circuit de Catalunya. Track is 4.6 kilometres long, Oh, that's a huge snap on the exit. As Ted sets a 12.5 and it looks like Roberts backed out, unfortunately. So go on board with Rory. That was such a big snap going out turn number 8. So here comes Rory through this little complex. Takes a little bit of such go, but looks like a great exit. Into turn number 9, gets the car rotated. A little bit of curve on the left. We did see in Tier 2 the soft tyres be used a little bit for the 2-stop strategy. So we could see a few drivers maybe save a set for the race just in case. So we see Rory around the final 2 complexes. As Harry Hale says a 13.2, that's a great lap from the Aston Martin. Puts him in a P8. Blondie also with a 13.2. As Rory also sets a 13.2, so looks like the 13.2s are starting to flow. I think James has just gone on a lap. Yes, he has, so we'll spectate the championship leader by a solid, I think, 20 plus points. He comes around the 3rd turn. Ted with a very impressive 12.5. All 3.5 tenths ahead of Rails. So, a lot of work to do for the rest of the drivers to do. That's a very solid benchmark for the rest to chase. I think Ted will be delighted with that lap. As he watched James into sector 2, turns 7 and 8. Nicely done. Around turn 9. Flat throughout. DRS enabled. Into turn number 10. As he's about 1.2 tenths up. As he sets a purple middle sector in this lap. A few cars up ahead. I think there might be a lap. Is Mr. Robert goes P2, the reserve. Only 1/10 off Ted, who's currently sat on provisional pole. Where's this going to put James? This puts James into P3 with a 12.8. That's still 3/10 off provisional pole, but what a lap from the Sauber. I mean, stepping in as reserve in his first race of the season. That's a very impressive time with a 12.65. He was starting his lap. We've got Infinity, who's invalidated, unfortunately. I'm not too sure if he knew. Yes, he invalidated the last corner. We look towards Harry Hale, who was also up in his time, so Harry showing some good pace. We've got Expo setting a 13 flat, puts him into P6, just ahead of Caliboy. Harry Hill's pace has been improving a lot lately, I must say, as he looks to get into the top 10, you would have thought, on this lap. Obviously his fuel is flashing red, so let's hope he's got enough fuel to make it to the end. As he's just down on his time by about 300. His tractor now about 4/10 up. He's run out of battery though to the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 13.2. Can I just say how close this grid is? We have, let me work this out. So from P3 we have a 12.8. So we have under a second between P3 and P17. So many drivers on 13.2s and 13.1s. This is going to be so close towards the end. We could see a few big surprises. It's going to be a very captivating quali session, I must say. With about 5 minutes remaining. So I think Billy's starting a new lap. Did we? I don't think we spectated Billy on his lap, so let's have a look. Well, actually we did, so we'll move on. Expo comes into the pits. Robert's not on a lap. Let's have a look through. I think Tractor's off a lap. Harry's not on a lap. Blondie. Say Blondie's starting laps over and on board with the V-carb. And the lovely pink V-carb. One of my favourite cars on this game. Obviously the new DLC livery released a few months ago. As he's about 5 thousandths up in his 10th on his time, in the first sector. Using quite a lot of battery. This man has just acquired a new race wheel as well. So his pace is proven. P10 with a 13.2 so far. So, as a commentator's curse goes into effect as he spins round at turn number 7. We've got a frottery coming up, so let's hope he gets out of the way nice and easy. commentator's curse in full effect, unfortunately. As we're going to look towards, I think I was at Ev, so he wasn't even on a lap anyway. Really starting a lap now. Infinity going for another lap. I don't know, actually, he goes into P3 with a 12.7. Didn't catch that, but what a lap from Infinity. Look how close this top 6, P2 to P6, I mean, about 3/10, but this is such a close quali session. This is the closest quali session of the season so far, easily. I think Blondie's going to go again. Let's have a look at Rory, running down in P12, obviously the reserve, stepping in for Mr. Ollie Larmaduck. See if he can improve on his time as he pulls into the pits. Apologies for the racket in the background, if you can hear it or not. We've got Lily about nearly 2/10 up. Running around turn number 13. Lily into the final corner, obviously racing in Tier 2 earlier today, so again, respect the commitment as she's about 1/10 up on her time, stays in P18. Lily, obviously the only Haas running in this race due to Meldrum's late dropout, unfortunately for him. Blondie backed off, I think, again. Is Gavin on that? Yeah, it looks like Gav's on a lap, so we'll run on board with F1 Gav. Claiming P9 in the Tier 2 race earlier today. Stepped in as reserve. Started P20 on the grid. Made up 11 places in that race, so proven he's got some decent pace on display. Obviously he's only about 2/10 off Blondie in P10, so anything can happen is invalidated. I didn't spot that. As this will be the final runs. Israels comes into the pits, so I don't think he's going to be able to get out again, to be honest. From above the championship leader, as he prepares to start his final lap. Have a look at Kelly Boy. Kelly Boy is backed off. Blondie's not on a lap. Harry's just starting his. We will run on board with Mr. James Stoss. Championship leader, about 3/10 back off Ted, running P1 currently. Got the Mercedes duo running very close. I think Rel's set at 12.7 before. I think that's why he come into the pits. So I think that's his final run. So my prediction stands incorrect, unfortunately. Rel's running P4. Don't think we're going to get out again. Ooh, that's pretty close between James and I think that's his teammate of Ferret. I think Ferret's on an outlap actually, so that doesn't really matter too much. As Mr. James Stoss rounds the final 2 corners to start his final flying lap, is Ferret maybe going to give him a little tour down the straight? We'll see. So let's see if the teamwork happens for the Red Bulls. James Stoss P1. We'll sharp find out, but he's shown some good pace so far. Not far back off P1, only about 3/10, so I think James can get that. Obviously this grid is so close. I mean, one mistake and you could lose 5 or 6 places if the results don't go your way. He's got James around a 10th up through the first sector, as we see him around turn number 5, sorry. Into turn 7 and 8. Oh, as he runs a little bit wide, whoa. Didn't really hit the apex of turn 7. So he's kept it going though. His Rels does finish in P4, so that's going to be his starting position. As Ted improves on his time slightly and finishes with a 12.53. Some incredible pace from the Aston around here. I think we saw... Oh, as we got a car off. I think that's a V-carb of LX Tractor who's put himself into P7. As James does not improve in his time, and Expo goes ahead. Expo with a 12.79. As he moves into P number 5. As Joe's backed off, so that's him done. Infinity chasing pole, I must say. Don't count on Mr. Infinity as he rounds the final corner. What's it going to be? Oh, it's going to be a 12.7. He just improves. But he stays in P3. What's it going to be for Robert? This could be close. And Robert takes pole with a 12.1. A 12.1. That is... I mean... Wow. What can I say? That is 4/10 near enough. That is some scary pace. Very, very scary. That's like fucking esports pace. Fair play. The reserve stepping in and doing God's work for that team. Let's see if we can translate that into race pace. Wow. That is really impressive. Really, really impressive. So well done to Robert. That's a solid lap. So that brings an end to qualifying. So there's your order. Mr. Robert is absolutely blown out of the water on debut. He's basically showed up the rest of the grid. Impressive quali from the likes of Infinity, Expo. Caliboy up in P7, Joe down in P10 unfortunately. I don't think he was able to get a final lap in. Viz down in P11. I think there's a bit more pace in there for the Alpine. As we load into the race part. Here we are. For the race start, we've got 5 red lights. For Spain, and it's lights out and we are underway. Robert looks like he gets a good launch. So does Billy. Let's have a look into turn 1. Looks like Ted's going to take the... Oh, there's a massive crash at the back. I think EV has just slammed into the wall. As Infinity has to take avoiding action in turn 1. He runs wide, but he has taken the lead. I'm not sure if he does have an illegal overtake or not. There's a pretty... Check on the tyres. I'm going to have a look. That's the gap, sorry. Right, tyre. They're back. As Robert takes the lead, I'm assuming there was an illegal overtake. Ooh, very close. As I think Exo Thunder's been caught up in an incident as he dropped down to P17. Oh, it's Expo as well. Expo starting in P5. Down in P18. Rory up to P6. Oh, it looks like we've got Harry Hill losing a few places in the back. Mr. Robert does keep the lead on the first lap. We've got Rels dropping back a little bit, so it looks like we've got a little trio of cars. Oh, his tractor's been... I think tractor's been caught in an incident and he's dropped significantly down. So is James Stoss, down to P12. A little bit of carnage, as we look to settle down, a little bit of weaving from the Sauber to break the slipstream, of course. Into lap 2 we go. Can Infinity hold on to the back of the Sauber? Infinity yet to win a race, of course. Picked up his first podium last week in Imola. I believe so. As you see, Ev into the pits after his huge whack into the barrier. He's lucky to still be in this race, actually. Oh, as we've got Vizdino round on the exit of turn number 4. Oh, I think there's a lot of squabbling going on back here. I think Gav's just been run off the track. Exo Thunder makes his way back up into P12. Look towards the leaders once again. Looks like Blondie and Tractor had a decent start as Joe goes for a move on Madge. Joe runs wide though, and looks like Madge could get the place back. As we run into turn number 12, Joe on the inside, Madge on the outside. Oh, that was very close from what it looked. As Joe has the inside line going into the final turn, is he going to back out? Is he going to go for it? They're going to go for it side by side. And Joe gets a move done. Very nice move into the final corner. As it looks like Ferret lets James go. And Blondie lets Tractor go. little bit of team orders from both Red Bull teams. It looks like Rawlinson's lost a few places towards the back end. Oh, there's a Haas off of the back. I think it's Lily. Yeah, Lily was round. And exit turn 4, drops to P18. Looks like Billy is just sticking on the back of the Sauber. He's not letting him get away. Obviously the Mercedes race pace seems pretty good in them tyres. There's got Cali Boy in the soft, and the only driver running the soft. Yeah, we've got 2 drivers on the hards. Expo unfortunately losing about 8 places in this race. Ev switching to the hards on lap 1 as Ted sets a new fastest lap of the race with a 15.6. We've got F1 Gav on the hards as well, down in P16. Joe sets a new fastest lap as he's right in the back of Ferret and looks like he's going to get the move done into turn number 1. Red Bull is not going to fight. Yes, he is. He's going to go down the inside, and there's huge contact, and Ferret spun round. It was a bit of a dodgy dive from the Red Bull. James is right on the back of both RB cars, so you can get a move done shortly. We are going to get back to the lead pack though. We've got the top 4. Yeah, Ferret. I think that was more of just a friendly love tap, but that could have took them both out. It was a pretty dangerous move from the Red Bull. I'm not going to badmouth them too much, as I will be called a see you next Tuesday. So we're going to move on. Act like it never happened. So we've got Billy about half a second back off the Sauber of Mr. Robert. Obviously keeping the lead. Ted losing P2 to Billy early on in this race. As Lily gets a 3-second penalty. Yeah, exactly, Gibby. No one saw a thing. That never happened. So looks like Raul's lost a few places as Caliboy goes for a move on Rory. Into turn 1 and 2. Whoa, nice and close. Caliboy does get the move done up in the P5 on the softs. We've got a lot of inter-team battle going on. We've got Blondie and Tractor very close. Tractor just stays ahead. James starts right in behind these two. And James look for a move on Blondie on the inside line to the outside for turn number 5. Is he going to get a lunge done? Around the outside, it looks like he locked the rears a little bit going into the corner. It looks like Blondie's going to keep it. Blondie runs wide leg. Through goes Joe. Through goes Joe. What a double overtake. Into turn number 7. Is Blondie going to be able to keep it around the outside? He does. What a move from Blondie. This is some great racing going on. As Blondie just stays ahead of Joe. Wow. That was some very close racing between these three. Got Madge in behind. Harry Hill behind Madge. We've got Expo on there as well. A little through goes Hamilton moment there with the McLaren. As we look forward to the race leader. Little battle for the lead. Can Billy make any inroads? Not quite. Runs a little bit deep at turn 1. As we are going to look towards Joe, can he get a move done on the RB car of Blondie? Oh, as he hits the rear. Oh, and I think he's just been hit also in the rear by the Red Bull of James Stoss, running down the P10, obviously a championship leader. Top 2 of the championship, actually. As Joe is P2 in the standings. Unfortunate circumstances for the Ferrari down in P19. Obviously, getting caught up in that incident on pit straight. Looks like Caliboy and Rory are in a bit of a no man's land situation, but they're having a nice little battle for P5 right now. So I'm sure both drivers will be absolutely delighted with that start. We're going to have a quick glance to the position changes at the start just before these go on to the main straight. So obviously got Billy and Ted swapping places. We've got Caliboy up 2, Rory up 3, Tractor up 4, and Blondie up 6, so a good start for the RB car. Joe up 1, James down 4, Madge up 2, got Expo dropping 8 unfortunately. Rorinson up 4, Gav up 1, We've got Viz down 5, and we're going to switch back to tyres. Oh, so there's a lunge from Ted on Infinity. I think Infinity may have got a track limit penalty there. Warning, sorry. I didn't really see how far back he was, because we're going to have a look towards Blondie and Tractor swapping places a few times. Expo gets a move on Harry Hill. Viz gets a move on Gav. Oh, this is very close between Exo, Thunder and LX Tractor. About 10th in it. Is Joe going to go for a little lunge? The RB cars forming an absolute blockade. This is really helping Rory and Caliboy get away. Oh, Joe's going to look for a move. Blondie LX Tractor, sorry, doing the defensive duties. I must say this is great team orders from the RBs. Just backing up the pack a little bit. All aboard the Racing Bulls train as we watch Joe run through turn 10, but we're going to look back to the lead. Oh, Billy has a good run out of the final corner. So we're just moving back to the racing line. Does Billy have enough pull on the straight? I don't think he does. Caliboy boxes after 6 laps on him softs. Ted running about half a second back. As we see, can Tractor swap places with his teammate? Looks like he does. Can Joe get involved? Doesn't look like he can just yet. So it just looked like we have a big Racing Bulls train forming. Running down all the way to P30. Oh, as he's ran wide, Blondie's ran wide, and that's going to cost him. As Joe looks for the inside, into turn number 4 and gets the move done on Blondie. Up into P7 now the McLaren goes. Now, up next is Mr. Tractor. I think Ferret's had a bit of a spin at turn 3 as he drops down to P17 behind Caliboy on them fresh medium tyres. Exo Thunder about 3/10 back off Tractor now. Oh, as Blondie runs wide, that's going to cost his exit. And Joe go for a move on Tractor, doesn't look like it just yet. James looks to the inside on Blondie. Very close between these two. Once again, we're going to look back to the main straight. I think Billy's getting a little bit frustrated the fact that he can't really make any big inroads on the Sauber. As you watch Joe around the final corner, there's a huge gap forming between Tractor, Rory and Rells. As Joe looks for the outside line. We've got to move Rawrins and overtaking Harry Hill up in P12. Ooh, we've got Expo alongside Madge. And Expo does get the move done. Up in a P10 goes the Williams driver as he overtakes the Alpine of Madge, aka Pierre Gasly Lover 123. As we look towards the DRS zone, we've got Mercedes still on the back of the Sauber. Billy hoping his tyres don't get absolutely eaten alive while being in the dirty air for this extended period of time. This Tractor he's pulling away a little bit. This Caliboy gets a 3-second penalty, so that's not ideal for his race. See if Joe can get any DRS and come towards the lead battle just to make sure nothing's happening. It looks like the order's going to stay the same as it was for the first 10 laps. That top 4 pulling away a lot of Rory. It looks like Tractor's gaining a little bit on all of these. It looks like James Stoss is going to get the move done on Blondie. XPO live in behind, can't really get the move done. So Blondie drops to P9 as James moves up into P8 in the Red Bull. Expo hot on his tail, seeing the coming lap so he can get the move done. As he brakes very late and he goes into the gravel, so he's lost all of his progress once again. As he's going to drop to around P12, unfortunately for the Williams. He just outbraked himself in the turn 4 as he takes a trip into the gravel. So that hurts his race quite a lot on them hards. Billy right in the back of the Sauber. As you can see on that front left edge, there's a slight bit of graining when you can see them going pretty slow through the corners. You can just see that little bit of wear. As Billy runs wide, compromises exit. Look at Ted. Ted's steaming on the rear of Infinity. Can he get the move done? Into P2 he goes. Is Billy going to try and stick it down the inside? He's not going to fire it, and Ted moves up into P2. As Rory pits off of the medium, so I think that could be a 2-stop for the Williams. I think he's going to struggle to get hard to the end with about 22 laps to go. Seen some good racing so far though. Oh, is Billy Gunn looks for the inside. He can't really get the move done though. There's Joe still on the back of Mr. Tractor. There's Rollins and Madge are getting close. See if Madge can get a few more points on the board after her first point scoring race last time out in Imola. So look forward. Can Ted get the lead here? Just starting P2, dropping to P3, and then the first few laps to the Mercedes of Infinity. So Ted is going to get a bite of the DRS. Oh, as Joe gets a move done on Tractor with the DRS into turn number 10. Didn't catch that, but we move. Tractor just on the back of Joe. He's going to get a big dose of DRS down the main straight as we're going to look forward. Ted can't get the move done, so we're going to run back on board with P6. Decent exit out of the final corner, about 3.5 tenths back. Blondie pits off of the medium tyres, so does Rawlinson. And Tractor gets the move done once again on Joe, so them two swapping places a little bit. Maybe that battle just heating up a little bit. The battle for P5, of course. Cali Boy with a penalty moves up into P11, obviously pitting early off of them soft, so he's committing to a 2-stop. Looking to go maybe until about lap 20. You would have thought on them mediums to try and get the end on the hards. Just missed that. Cali Boy's going to go for the outside line. On Gavin to turn 4. Callum McLaren get the move done. As you can see on the left hand side, on the inside, into turn number 5. And he gets the move done nice and easy. On Gav. We're going to go back up, start off P5. Half a second between these two. Who was bottom of the championship? It's not really a nice question to ask, but I'll get that up for you. So bottom of the championship currently is... No, I'm not going to answer that. I don't want to single anybody out. Unfortunately. Have a look. As Joe gets the move done on Tractor. Gav gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Done on Madge into turn number 1 and 2. Let's see with the DRS. Getting the move done on the Alpine. Look at this battle. Viz, Dino and Blondie getting close. Oh, is they going to lock wheels here? And Viz gets pushed off a little bit. As he hits the bump on the exit of turn number 2 on the runoff. Carried down to P15, getting swamped by the two drivers on fresh tyres. As we can look towards Mr. James Stoss. As he goes for the outside line on LX Tractor into turn number 10. To the inside for turn number 12. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. So the Red Bull moves up into P6. It's a very nice move. As he sets up a little chase for the McLaren as LX Tractor does come into the pits to get off their medium tyres onto the hards, hopefully fit him till the end. About 19 laps. So I think that is possible. But it's going to take some doing. Or the lap times compared to Tier 2. Pretty similar in the sense of the Sauber in Tier 2 went from P19 to P1. Pretty similar to him. Obviously this Robert who's running P1 is a reserve. And he said, I think it was a 12.1 in qualifying. Beat P2 by about 0.4 of a second. So, pretty similar throughout the rest of the grid though. We do have some quick drivers in Tier 2. course. Tier 2 was a decent race to watch as well. As we look... Ooh, so we've got a few pit stops. Yeah, 12.1 is just crazy, isn't it? Yeah, P2 was a 12.5 from Ted Head, who's currently running P2. As we see Joe now, our new race leader. A 13 flat, yeah. A 13 flat was around, I'd say, P9, P8 in the Tier 1 quali. What a grid. So we see Infinity dropping. Infinity's jumped Ted in the pits, but they've both lost a heap of time to Robert. So this has given Robert a hell of a chance to pull away. On the cold tyres though, in Expo with a big snap out of turn number 8. Expo will have some DRS, but I don't think he's looking to overtake Robert. Obviously, our net race leader. Yeah, pretty similar. As Rels is on the back of Gav, who moves to the inside. Rels does get the move done in the Merc. Gav goes for a switchback. Gav with a switchback on Rels, as Rels forces his way down the inside once again. Gav is not giving this place a whatsoever. Some feisty racing from F1 Gav. We'd love to see it. There's James and Exo Thunder do pit. Gav runs wide on the final corner. That might have been a warning for track limits. Let's see if Gav make any inroads on the Mercedes of Rels. Not quite just yet, as Rory's on the back. With Gav on his debut, running pretty nicely in P8. Obviously, a few cars ahead yet a bit, including Gav and Expo. Oh, as Expo runs into the barrier! Oh, we just caught that. Expo damaging his front wing. That's a huge accident. I was surprised if that's not a VSC. That was a pretty big accident for the Williams driver. Wow. As we see Rory and Gav getting close. Rory gets a move done on the Ferrari. Obviously these two love racing each other in some lobbies that Gav does on TikTok. Expo struggling with the damage. It's been a pretty... put it in the nicest way possible. It's been a pretty sad race for Expo. After a great qualifying, put him in P5, he's dropped down the order pretty significantly. As you can see, a lot of damage. Don't think you lock up. I think he just spun on the exit of turn number 4. Ooh, so we see a car off in the back. That's Blondie, and Blondie's round into the gravel on them hard tyres. I think he may have got caught out a little bit with Expo coming into the pits, and it's unsettled him a little bit. So we're going to look towards... I've missed this overtake, but Ted has got back ahead of Billy. With all the stuff going on in the background, I didn't really see it. Then you get hot on these battles as Joe goes to the inside and Gav gets the move done. As soon as you join 2 spins. Maybe you're a little bit of bad luck, John. Look towards the battle for P2. Robert got a nice lead out in front now. What I have noticed from Tier 1 and 2 is the Tier 2 drivers were able to do 16 laps, so 15, 16 laps on the medians, whereas in Tier 1 I think the longest anyone's spent on the medians is about 13 or 14 laps. As we see Billy moving to the ends. Oh, very close. Ted moves over to try and cover him off, but Billy does get the move done. Obviously these fighting is just letting the race leader of Mr. Robert sail off into the distance. Yeah, about 4 seconds now as we look behind. See this battle as Vizdino gets ahead of F1 Gav into turn number 1. Gav's still out on them hards. Got about... sorry, I can't count. 15 laps to go. So not long left. We're on lap 18 out of 33, of course. I did 11 as well, I think. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. As Joe closes up to the back of Rory. I'm not sure if Joe's running controller or not. Yeah. Yo, mate. First time watching, nice. Yeah, it was a 12.1, the pole position in Kia and T1. But second place was a 12.5. It was a very good lap from Mr. Robert. As we look forward to this battle for P6. Oh, as we have Ted getting back ahead of Billy. Up in the P2, these two swapping quite a lot. We gained a little bit of time, actually, on Robert, as some weaving being done by the Williams. There's only 2 moves, so it's completely legal. Tier 2, I'd like to say it was a 12.5 by, I think it was Michael. Was it Michael? No, Mitchell, sorry, Mitchell. Yeah, I think Mitchell said about a 12.4, 12.5, something like that. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Tractor and Rory getting close, so Joe has got that move done into P6. And Tractor get a move done. I'm going to look forward towards this battle, which is going to heat up eventually between 10 and Infinity. These two come together actually in Imola a few times. Look through the inside, but can't get it done. So Billy just has to bide his time a little bit. Wait for a little mistake from the Aston Martin. Could have a little run into turn number 4. Doesn't look like it though. As LX Tractor gets the move done on Rory, opening P7. So Rory's dropping back a little bit. Hit it pretty early. So I think he might struggle to get them to the end. Same with Vizdinho. As we see, F1 Gav's teammate Ev into the pits, onto the new mediums to the end. Ooh, 13 laps. Yeah, I'd probably get at the end. You would have thought. As Viz picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits. This track limits proven pretty difficult around here in both races. Yeah, so far there. Obviously, it's very easy to run wide. Through the final couple of corners, obviously, as we can see. The Mercedes of Infinity in the dirty air still, of the Aston of Ted, as Caliboy pits in behind. Did go at the end on his next set of tyres, obviously a 2-stop as he started on the soft side, on the softs, so. As Infinity can't get a move done. Oh, as Rory's crashed! I'm not sure where that is. And it brings out a VSC, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's crashed on pit entry. Oh no. Rory has fallen victim to the pit entry, and I'm not too sure if it is a safety car or not. I think it is. I think we have a safety car. Yeah, we do. Safety car enabled. This is our first safety car of the day. As Rory crashes into the pit wall. Scar picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits. So we are going to see a few pit stops. We get to see what tyre allocation people selected, as we might have a mix between hards and mediums. He went too fast, yeah. We saw Raw Inns and do it in qualifying. It's a tough pit entry. There's like a little bump that you need to look out for, but yeah, it's unlucky, man. It's unlucky. Yeah, he locked up. It's all good, man. It's all good. Stuff happens, you know. Just gotta move on. Move on to the next one. You see the race leader of Robert coming to the pits. I'm assuming we're going to see a few pit stops. Well, maybe everyone coming to the pits for a new set. So, strategy is out the window. We are looking towards a pretty even grid, tyres wise, as well as needs to make sure he doesn't get double stacked, as you can see, dropping back a little bit. Just to give Infinity a little bit of time up ahead just to get his pit stop done.
Yeah, strategy's gone now. Strategy's gone. But it's all good. Spices it up, brings the field closer. I'm sure Robert will be absolutely fuming. T2 start time probably a little bit early. Yeah. It has to be early, to be fair, because obviously with me commentating both, I need a little bit of a break in between. I had about 15, 20 minutes. It depends, you know. I'm going between here, Lando stream. What's Lando doing? I didn't know Lando streamed. As you can see, a mix of compounds. Tell you what, Infinity's looking good. On the mediums, Caliboy up in a P4, you know. P4 for Caliboy, and his teammate Joe in a P5, P5, sorry. Counter-Strike on Max. Oh, no way. I'm assuming that's Max Future, not Max Verstappen. If it is Max Verstappen, fair enough. Yeah, no problem. Door. Yeah, I thought it was Future. So, an unfortunate end to Rory's race. The pit wall claiming a single victim so far. We have Infinity running the mediums. About 10 laps to go, sorry. Suspect on the hards. Yeah, there could be. It's just, there's 10 laps to go. The tyres are going to be dead towards the end. Fucking roll swap bases. Not too sure what's happening there. Yeah, so we're gonna have a little look around. Yeah, so looks like Caliboy benefited off the safety car. Let's have a look at position change actually. I'm pretty intrigued. So obviously Caliboy up 3 from his starting position. Joe up 5. So solid race from both McLarens. So far we had Rose dropping 2. Didn't know. I think I was Billy off in the back. Tractor up 1, James down 2, Viz up 2. Yeah, the hards and mediums are pretty even. James wants some good. Yeah. Obviously he's getting a little bit of gaming in before the season starts. I like it. Got Viz up 2, Raw Rinsen up 8. That's been really impressive from the Sauber. We've got Madge up 2, Blondie up 2, Harry down 1, Gav up 2, Ferret up 2, Expo down 11. But the safety car does help him a lot. Obviously the spin into the barrier did not help. See a lot of weaving going on. Keep the tyres warm. Especially the hard runners. Lily up 2 and Ev down 3. So that rounds out our position changes. So far. Just got Lily and Ev to catch the pack. Not far off though. So I'm assuming we'll get a safety car in at the end of this lap. So we see Ted dropping back a little bit. So catches back. Oof, fucking hell. Infinity pretty close to the rear of the Aston. Let's just hope there's no 10-second penalties. Let's have a look at the penalties actually. 3 seconds here and there. We've got F1 Gav with 6 seconds. That's the highest penalty. Yeah, as we see, safety car in at the end of this lap. Got 9 watching so far, so don't forget to follow up this account. Also, Ferris, I think, is live on his account. We were live on the Slipstream TikTok earlier. So we see Robert getting going once again. As he gets going, it's good. It's a good exit out the final corner. You've got to move. I think Els and Joe are getting close. This has been a feisty battle throughout the season. Rorinson, off on the runoff. He's lost a few places as well. Expo. Oh, Rorinsen's completely gone off. That's unfortunate. So back to his teammate leading the race, Mr. Robert. Into turn 7-8. Infinity's looking really good. 8 laps to go. On the mediums. Could be a new race winner this season. Could well be. Because he's looking towards the inside for a little move on the Mercedes. Blandly gets ahead of Viz on the mediums as well. Track limits from time. Oh, did you get a penalty? Look. DRS enabled, so here we are. 3 tenths back from the race leader was Ted. 5 back was Ted. Goes a little bit deep. Can Billy compromise on this little bit of a mistake from the Aston? As he goes for the switch. What a move! What a move from Infinity. Can he get the move? Oh, he can't get stuck. But wow, that was pinpoint accuracy from the Mercedes. He's still getting very close. Down into turn number 5. Gav has left the session, unfortunately for him. Oh, it's very close. Still some space there for the Mercedes as he goes to the inside line. This is helping Robert a lot, I must say. That was an absolute eye-opener of an overtake, if he was able to pull that off. So it looks like the race leader just getting away a little bit. Ted's going to struggle to get DRS in this lap. We'll see towards the detection point what the gap is. So it's just after turn 13, going into the final corner. So it looks like Ted is not going to have DRS, so this benefits the Mercedes a lot. Yeah, it's a big DRS train now. So probably going to see a few moves towards the end though, as we look towards the Merc. Can he get it? Move done, not quite. And there is a big DRS train forming on the end of the safety car. Look around. Yeah, so we've got the closest battle right now between. I think that was close between Joe and Wells. And look towards Infinity and Ted once again. So Thunder getting right on the back of Wells, as you can see in the McLaren. Both McLarens running pretty high up, obviously, with the penalty with Cali Boy. It's probably going to drop back a considerable amount of places. Oh, we've got a yellow flag, and Viz Dino is off at the back. He's down P17. It's been a pretty disappointing race for the Alpine driver. He's also on the hards. As we see Infinity running about 7 tenths back from Ted. See if he can get him moved on with DRS. Looks like he's a little bit too far back, just for now. He needs to get the move done now if he wants to chase up Robert for the lead. Obviously on the mediums they're going to start going off soon. As Viz retired in the pit lane, unfortunately for him. However, if he did finish the race he would have got points. So I think that's just a bit of a... He's giving up with 5 laps to go. That's it. Caps off an unfortunate race for the Alpine driver. running, I think, P4 in the standings. Oh, as we see Billy having the inside line going into turn number 7, he thinks better of it. Ted goes a little bit wide though. Can Billy compromise? Not quite, but he is going to have a dose of DRS going into turn number 10. And he gets a good exit, here we go. This could be the move for the Mercedes. In at turn 10, is he going to go? He backs out, he needs to get it done. As he clips his rear as well. Oh, big snap from Ted. As Billy's pushed out in the grass a little bit. Come on Billy, you need to get this done. Billy wants to win, he's going to have to get this move complete on the Aston as he runs wide as well. That's not going to help him. Ted moves to the inside, try and weave a little bit, try and break the slipstream. Is Billy going to go for it? Not quite just yet. As we see a little battle form. Ooh, Wells and Caliboy getting close. Joe just in behind watching this all unfold. Can Billy get a move done at turn 4? Oh, as Joe gets a move done on Wells. Oh, and Wells him. Luckily for both drivers, they're both unscathed. But that was pretty close between them two. Ooh, his tracker hits the rear of Wells as well. Wells dropping back on them hards just a little bit. Oh, as Billy gets to 3 seconds for track limits, so that's not going to help his battle whatsoever for P2. Caliboy joining this battle as well. Will Joe go for it on Caliboy? You would have thought Caliboy would move out of the way, because Joe can still get P2 in this race. But he does nicely, some good teamwork from both McLarens there. Yeah, lap 1 and tier 2. Yeah, the turn 3 and lap 1 was very questionable. There was a few, I think it was about 4 wide at some point. Oh, as Joe moves up into P3, gets ahead of the Mercedes of Billy. I think Billy's chances of a P2 in this race has gone down the toilet, unfortunately. As we see Joe and he have a late push for P2. It's been a very impressive drive so far. Oh, this tractor gets ahead of Wells. Tractor just misses the back of the McLaren of Caliboy. Israel's going to go for it into turn number 7. Not quite. Tries to shove his way past a little bit. Maybe exceeds track limits on the inside as well. Axel Thunder about 5 tenths back. Is going to be very interesting towards the end, but looks like Robert has got this race won. 3.5 seconds. I don't think, even if Joe gets past Ted, I don't think there's going to be a move in there. So I think this is going to be it for the race leader, as long as he makes no mistakes. He's probably going to take the win. Obviously, championship leader James Stoss down in P8 on the back of Wells now. Obviously, we'll move up with these 2 penalties for Billy and Caliboy. Let's see if Joe can get a little move done. This is completely forward position. Ted's saving his battery towards the end of the straight and can't really get it done just yet. As we look back, a little bit of a lock up for James at turn 1. Ted saving his battery quite a lot. Let's have a look at his battery. Yeah, he's got a better battery than Joe. Sferric gets a move done. Galv down on P14. Squeaky bum time for the Aston Martin. Still only about 3 tenths in it. Ted looks better off with the battery, but DRS means everything around here. Joe gets a half decent exit out of turn number 9. Can he get a move done into turn 10? Whoa, just going to hang back slightly as these two watch it all unfold ahead. Oh, as Ev gets down the inside on Expo, side by side. Ev is just going to back out. As we look to the main straight as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race. Lap 32 or 33 of course. A half a second now between Joe and Ted. Are we going to see a move into turn number 1? Oh, not quite. Ted's doing a great job of defending. I think by now his tyres are going to be just slightly better than the mediums, you would have thought. Is there a move on here? Into turn 4. Doesn't look like it. Ferret and Gav having a little scrap. down towards the back of P14. Is Joe going to send a little surprise dive bomb? Not quite. The DRS train down all the way down to P8 has really neutralised any battles happening really on this race. All the drivers just sticking to the train. Looks like Billy and Caliboy are going to drop pretty far back though. Obviously Billy will be very upset with that penalty, same with Caliboy. They both run very good races. Suppose Ferro gets a 3 seconds. So here we go, it's now or never really. On to the final lap. We go. Robert crosses the line. Oh my god. So he's fucking talking to me for some reason. So we've got about 6/10 in that. He looks a bit too far back. He's going to drain the battery. I don't think he's going to get the move done. There's still chances later on in the lap, but it's looking like Ted is going to hang on to the second position. Oh, Joe just clips the grass. I think that's game, set, match. Looks like Yassin's going to hold on. See if else can get a chicken move done. Oh, he hits the back of track there. This track is super across. Half second. Can Joe get a good exit into turn number 10? It's now or never. I don't think he's going to get it done. You're going to head to the race leader. Absolute dominance today. Even with a safety car, he still pulled out about 5 seconds towards the end. His Expo. Oh, I think Tractor's just gone off. Oh, sorry, Gav, it's literally the last lap. As we see, Mr. Robert cross the line for the win. Dominant drive from the Sauber. As we see, Ted does cross in P2, Joe P3. As we see, Caliboy and Infinity drop back. I think Tractor lost a few places there. His Expo gets a 3 seconds on the last corner. And that is your order. I think there was a bit of kerfuffle with James, Billy, Madge got it to P6. And there is your race done. So 33 laps of Spain complete. That's round 4. Got a new race winner is Mr. Robert in Sauber. Yeah, that was a great race to watch. Some good battling. Strategy kind of got thrown out the window with a safety car. But it was definitely an entertaining one to watch. As we look towards our driver of the day, Mr. Joe Rendell. Claims driver James Stoss, most overtakes XPO Live. Mr. Robert claiming the race win and the fast lap, so he gets the perfect race weekend. So that was a intriguing race, as you can see. As we look towards the rest of the grids, you have Expo qualifying on P5 down on P13. Obviously, Biz and Rory retiring, unfortunately. Rells dropped to P9 in the end. I'm not too sure. I think Tractor and Rells may have come together on the last lap. Madge getting a very solid P6. That's some good points for the Alpine. Obviously, Billy only dropping a P5 in the end. So I think that's it from me. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a follow on the Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, obviously the YouTube as well, where we'll be posting fully edited race highlights. So yeah, make sure to get more followed up, subscribe to. And this has been me, Manzi. I've really enjoyed it. So I will see you all next time. So thanks for watching and peace.